Today we are going to discuss with input-output files in Java. It is difficult to handle large volume of data using variables and arrays. Whenever we are creating any software, only variables, only arrays are not sufficient to store the data, because sometimes the data may be very large or sometimes the data may be very small. If the small data is a few variables are there, then it's okay to write a program with simple variables and all. So suppose if the large volume of data is there, then we are going to use the secondary storage devices in the form of files. Collection of related records placed in a particular area on a disk. It is known as a file. Whenever we are handling so many different files, we have to store them, we have to manage the data, and storing and managing the data using files is known as file processing, which includes creating a file, updating a file, manipulation of data, and another processes. So basically we are requiring the two major things, that is input and output. Whenever we are dealing with the file, okay, we have to use the input and output. So input means what? Input is nothing but the flow of data into a program. For this, the input devices which are used are keyboard, mouse, memory, disk, network, and another program. Whereas for outputting the results, or for taking the output, will require the output files. So output means it is nothing but the flow of data out of the program, for which the output devices used such as screen, printer, memory, disk, network, and another programs are there. Now we will discuss with the concept of streams. Stream, it is nothing but an ordered sequence. So it is like a flow of water in the river, we can say, which represents a uniform, easy to use, object-oriented interface between the program and the I/O devices. I/O devices, these are input-output devices. Now we will see the concept of streams in detail. Concept of stream, it is the ordered sequence. We can say that it is nothing but a path of data flow. So as the river is having the two banks, so we can move from one bank to the another bank through the boat, or another bank to the first bank again through the boat and all. So for like that, we are having the two things for data flow. One is a source, okay, which is a source of data, and a destination for that particular data where we want to store that data. So here the data which is available from the source, that will be inputted, or that will be streamed in the input stream in the form of read, okay, or we can say that this operation is nothing but the reading data into a program, and that will be read by the program. So from the source of data, that will be streamlined for read operation, and that will be read by the program. So this is nothing but the reading data into a program. Similarly, this is, we can say that this is the input program or input file. Then similarly, we can have some another program which will give the output. So and based on that output, we are going to use it for the further analysis or further processing. So a program is there which writes the data onto the output stream, and that will be given to the destination, which is represented as a writing data to a destination. Now these are the streams, these are the basic input-output streams which are classified, or which are available in the Java stream classes, and these are classified into two classes. One is byte stream class and the another is character stream class. Now what are the data which is available in the Java or in any programming? that may be available in the bit format or available in the byte format, and another data which is available in the character format. So the uh, basic program should handle either the bytes or the character. That's why Java is having the two stream classes. One is byte stream class which handles with the bytes, and the character stream class which handles with the characters. So byte stream classes, these are again divided into two classes. Obviously the one will be input stream classes and the another will be output stream classes. Similar to this, the character stream classes, these are again divided into two classes. One is reader classes and another is writer classes. A reader class will act similar to the input stream classes, whereas writer class will act as similar to the output stream classes. Only thing is that the storage memory requirement and the working of these stream classes will be somewhat different. Now we'll see the byte stream classes. Byte stream classes, these provides the support for handling I/O operations on byte. It provides support for handling input-output operations on bytes. Java provides two byte stream classes, input stream classes and output stream classes, as already we have discussed it. Now we'll discuss with the input stream classes. Input stream class is an abstract superclass which is available in the Java package, which defines methods for performing following input functions. First is reading bytes, second closing streams, third marking positions in stream, uh, fourth one is skipping ahead in a stream, then finding the number of bytes in a stream. Whenever we are handling with the data, we have to read the byte, we have to read the data, we have to close the data, and we have to uh, move further with the finding the numbers of bytes in the stream and all. So these are skipping ahead in a stream, marking positions and finding the number of bytes. These are related to the migrations on the data. Then we'll discuss with the output stream classes. Output stream class is an abstract superclass which defines the methods for performing following output of functions: writing bytes, closing streams and flushing the streams. Flushing streams is required to erase the memory, and that memory will be available for the next usage or next variables or next files. Then we will discuss with the character stream classes. These are the classes which provides support for managing input-output operations on character. The Java provides two character stream classes. One is reader stream classes and another is writer stream classes. So reader stream classes, these reader is designated to handle characters. Reader class is the base class. Reader class contains methods that are identical to the input stream classes for creating, for handling and for closing the streams. It can perform all the functions implemented by the input stream classes. Then the writer stream class. Writer stream class, it is designated to perform all of output operations on files. These classes are designed to write characters. Writer class is an abstract base class. It provides support for all output operations by defining methods identical to the output stream class. Java is also providing us the file class. So by using the file class also we can use or we can work with the input output operations. So java.io package, which includes file class, this provides support for creating files and directories. One file may have number of packages or number of different classes and the stuff which is required for development of the software. So this class, that means file class, contains methods for supporting the following operations: creating a file, opening a file, closing a file, deleting a file, getting the name of a file, getting the size of a file, checking the existence of a file, then renaming the file, then checking whether file is writable or checking whether the file is readable. Whenever we are opening any file, the processor or the software should check whether that file is already in existence or not. So for this, for opening a file will require the existence of the file, and that's why this file class is providing us the facility for checking the existence of the file. Whenever we are renaming the file, okay, it will again check the existence of the file. If the same name file is available, then we cannot save the file in the same name in one package. So this is also a required one thing. Then suppose if we are deleting the file, if I am deleting the file, then I should firstly check the existence and firstly check the size and the name of that file which is available in the directory or not. So for all these different purposes, all these files or all these operations are required for the files. So by using either the byte string classes or by using the character string classes or by using the file classes, we can handle the input output operations